know, it's not that I want to throw my long arm out the window because I love her. I just feel like we're in an abusive relationship right now, so I need your help to figure her out. I consider myself a smart human, and I kind of understand the technology and kinesics. Is that what they are? I don't know. I consider myself a pretty smart human, and I understand the inside out of a sewing machine, like a domestic one, to where I feel like I can apply most of that knowledge to this long arm. I feel like I understand how to thread it. I feel like I understand tension. And everything was going really well until I started to twist the tension knob and I changed the needle the first time. And then after that, no matter what I would do, it would always be a thread breaking situation. And so what I wanted to do with y'all is walk through every single thing that I know, the knowledge that I've acquired, to try and uncover why this is breaking. Because this situation is making it to where I can't really long arm. It took me about 4 or 5 good hours to figure out how to get this thing working again to quilt this beauty. And although it looks gorge on the top, underneath there are probably like 50, 60 different times the thread broke that I'm gonna have to weave in those ends like I'm doing crochet. And I don't have time for that either. I'm running a fabric shop, and so every hour that I'm away from that is money that I am not making. And this is supposed to be super fun. And I don't want my super fun time to be used cussing out my long arm. So to keep things positive at first, I want to show you the design that I picked, because I loaded this on the frame and it took me, I don't know, a good month of just staring at it to figure out how I wanted to quilt it. Generally, when I'm quilting, I want to use the geometry that's already occurring. And that's what my starting point is. And from long arming, I've realized that you have to figure out how to get it from here to that end without, in normal circumstances, there being a blank spot in between, just a continuous thread. And I figured it out. And it's gorgeous and it matches, and the thread was correct. So basically I'm just gonna go down this and try and stitch in the ditch as much as possible. I don't really care. And then I'm gonna enter the triangles at the point and at the point there. That's the best way that I could think to accomplish this. And so far it looks so awesome. So I am officially at the bottom and it looks amazing, but even though I improved this thread, it still kept breaking over and over and over and over and over and over and over again the entire time that I was quilting. And so I have no idea the why behind it, because I did all the things. But I mean, the quilting is correct. And this thread was correct. And then like on here, like I know I need to like dust and like do all that, clean it out, right? Make sure there's no fuzz, because fuzz could mess things up. Oh, it's real dusty up there. Right, like dust free, dust free. Ain't no dust. Like, does that come out at all? No, that's good, right? And then I'm supposed to put a drop of oil on it, right? How's that work? I don't even know how this thing works. Like, how's it work? Oh, like just go there. There, I put a drop of oil on it, right? Just put a drop of oil on it, and then it's good. And then I just put the bobbin in, right? This part goes on the top, that goes right there. Snap that in, we're good to go, right? So like here, the thread, right? It goes up on this little thing and push down so you can see. It goes up here, right? And then it goes in this hole, right? Like that. And then this goes in the discs, just like before, the tension discs, right? And then it goes in the bobbin hole like that, right? And then I put it on here, and then I'm gonna wrap it around like so, right? Just to make sure it's good. Grab this thing so it's tight, and then I'm gonna push start, right? And it goes, right? Ta! Snap. Grab the bobbin. Oh my gosh, I just noticed that this bobbin was damaged. Could that be part of the problem? Okay, and there's fuzz in there right now, but there's not normally. So, got to get the fuzz out. Make sure there's no fuzz in there, right? So make sure this is fuzz free. And then when you put this in, it's gonna go like a 9, right? So it's going clockwise. Grab this, goes in there. Make sure this is going clockwise, right? And then right here, goes in here, right? And then it goes like this, and then it houses itself right here. And as long as it's standing up straight, when you pull on it, this means it's good tension, right? And that's where I would adjust it, lefty loosey, righty tighty, to make it do this, right? And one other thing I did learn about through videos is that this, it's not wrapped properly right now, but this right here cannot be too taut. Like if it's like this, and there's no like bounce, then that will cause it to pop. So it's gotta be enough give. Watch it in the video, I'll link it below, to where if I stick my finger, I should be able to grab onto it like that. That's what it said in that video. So I now know to look out for this to where this is not too tight, which I know I was doing. So there's a right and a wrong way to putting this in there. The way I did it before, wait, so, yeah, the way I did it, the way I had it was that this groove goes towards the front and that's the back. So I'm gonna put it to where the groove is in the front. Like so. But you can rotate it, right? See, that's what I don't like. You can rotate it. You shouldn't be able to rotate the needle. So I need to make sure that this is correct. So I'm just gonna put a little pin in here and just put it to where it is perpendicular to the frame. And then I'm gonna tighten it. Ah, maybe that's it. Maybe it wasn't correct. Was that right? Let me do it again. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now that is correct. And then I'll put the thread in there. Like so. And make sure not to let it get tangled up in there. That feels correct. That feels correct. Okay. I made sure to match the needle type to the thread type. It told me 90, 14 top stitch. 9014 top stitch. That's it, right? So the thread, right? From the thread spool, goes up in that thing, and then it goes back to front, right? And then it goes in the second hole, back to front, grab that. Then it goes in the third hole, right? Back to front. Don't, like that. Ta-da, like a corkscrew. And then it goes in here, right? Like that. And then it goes in these discs. Right there. Right? Grab this, and you gotta make sure it really gets in there. Bump. Really gets in there. Ding, 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 ding. And then it's gonna go over this little doohickey. That. Like how much tug is there supposed to be? Is it supposed to wobble, like wobble? Or is it supposed to like drop it like it's hot? Like what is it? I don't know the tension. And then it goes under that, right? And then it goes back up and then back to front here, right? Ding, ding, ding. Make sure this is under here. It's still like boink, boink. Goes back down, and then it goes in this corkscrew thing. Boink, 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 boom. So that's it for all of up here. And then here, right, it goes in this hole first, like so. Ta-da! And then it goes in the needle. Ta-da! Like that's threading it, right? It's threaded correctly. It's not looped. It's good. It's even. Like it's boinging up there. And then it goes in this hole. And then it goes in the needle, right? Like that. And that's it. That's it for threading it. I have threaded it correctly, correct? Did I miss something? The only thing I don't quite understand is how tight this is supposed to be. Okay, now that it's all in, like, is that good? Is that good? Is that, I don't know. I don't know. I know it will tell me on top. This is what it looks like on the bottom, on the back side when I do it. But if you look at the bobbin, like the tension seems correct. It really seems correct. I know I'm using a different bobbin color, but it's correct. Not like off enough to do this. So what's that mean? What's making that happen? Explain it, help me figure this out, people. And see, this is when I pull all the threads out. There's no eyelashing or anything. It's just tangled. So I feel like the breaking is happening from something on the top. See, it's the same thing. No eyelashing. So let's see if we can see what's going on over here. What happened? What happened? Did y'all see? What happened? What caused that? What caused that? So, okay, question. What is the best thread combination, top thread, bobbin thread for a long arm? If you have a Moxie or a Moxie XL and you have that perfect combo, please throw it in the comments. I started out with this, oh, what's it called? Is it Tutti Frutti? No, it's King Tut. It was the very first thread that I quilted on, so I know it's not the top thread. And then I'm using So Fine in the bobbin because that's what I had. I don't think it's either of those, but are there like threads out there that if I were to use them, even if things weren't perfect, that it wouldn't break and it would just work? Like, I want to know those combinations. So did I miss anything? Honestly, I used that same bobbin the entire time. I didn't use it to quilt before, so that wasn't why it was breaking then, but I don't know if that's not what the issue is. And I did have this really tight. So I don't know if that's what the issue is. But is there anything else that I missed along the journey of trying to figure out what I do now? Because I think that it's pretty thorough what I went through. Then please let me know. Seriously, all feedback is welcome. This is the opportunity for the quilt police to come in handy in the comments. Let me know what you do to figure this out. Because really, I love long arming. I really, really do. But knowing that it's going to be a whole situation when I step up to the plate, whoa, is it keeping me from doing this? And I love it. Like, look, this area is real cute. I would love to film more content here and share it with you. But I need to figure this out because I'm about to take this off and put a new one on. And I'd like to know what I was doing wrong before I start this next one. Because it's not like I'm expecting a cuss-free quilting session, but I would like it to be happy times because these quilts I'm making are pretty awesome. So any help that you can throw my way, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I did have fun making it, knowing that I was gonna make this video and go through everything that I've learned. I made this whole adventure of quilting up this quilt joyful because I knew at the end it would be a learning experience that we could all learn from. And if you want any of this fabric or this quilt kit, I still have a couple left in my shop. Make sure to check out all the notions that I bought too. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And hit that bell to get notified anytime a new video comes out. And then my newsletter is where all of the deals happen. So if you want coupon codes, deals, not only for my shop, for others, make sure to subscribe to that. And until next time, happy quilting, everybody.